This poem is called To the Assistant Prefect Chang. The prefect was a high governmental office during the time of Wang. The speaker is the assistant prefect Chang, and Wang is writing the poem for him to show him that retirement is a time for relaxation and for doing things for oneself, and that the retired assistant prefect should not be stressing about his occupation or his lack of occupation in these later years. This is proved by the first line and how it says evening years. By evening years, it is referring to the last few years of someone's life when they are living for themselves, for self-reflection and self-care. Hence the line given to quietude, because these actions are very quiet things. You don't generally bring other people in there. And it was much more common in ancient times to just move out into seclusion for these years. In the second line, the world's worries no concern of mine. For an assistant prefect, the world would be the country, and the country's worries would be his worries. And as a retired assistant prefect, the world's worries would no longer concern this assistant prefect Chang. They aren't concerning him anymore, when before they would interfere with his well-being. In line 3, for my own needs, making no other plan, instead of worrying about his world's worries or the country's worries, he's worrying about his own needs and what he needs to do to make the best of the few years he's got left. And he's not planning anymore. There's no time for him to do anything new with his life. He's already lived what he's gonna live. And so he's just reflecting now. He's meditating. And he's solitary. In line 4, then to unlearn, return to long-loved woods. To unlearn, to be innocent again like a child, and return to long-loved woods. Return to the time before he was worried in his mind. Return to times past, because he doesn't really have any more of a future other than self-reflection. In line 5, I loosen my rope before the breeze from pines. That is referring to the feeling of letting go of worries. The robe represents the worries, and the breeze from pines is the freedom blowing on his body, so that he can feel it for the first time in a long, long time. And this is imagery so that the reader can feel what it feels like to let go of that huge burden, and feel what it feels like to feel the breeze on the body. In line 6, my lute celebrates moonlight on mountain pass. The lute is an ancient Chinese instrument, and this line describes happy music and uses imagery to describe the happiness, the celebration, so that me as a reader can almost hear the music and hear the celebration. And this moonlight on mountain pass is such a simple thing to be celebrating. It's not an accomplishment, it's just something to be grateful for. And that alludes to the Buddhist teaching of being grateful for simple things and being grateful for what you've got and letting go of all desires for additional things. You ask what laws rule failure or success. That is alluding to how a prefect is a very high office, and he'll have people asking him, what is failure? What is success? And his answer, stated in the last line of the poem, would be, songs of fishermen float to the still shore. Songs of fishermen are simple things, and things that true success is not being able to go far in government or to be an assistant prefect. True success is being able to be grateful for such small things as songs of fishermen that float to a still shore.